Canva, one of the most innovative companies in Australia. So Dr. Li is a senior research scientist at Canva, working on generative AI systems that connects vision, language, and reasoning. She holds a PhD in AI from the University of Sydney with expertise in machine learning, computer vision, and multimodal learning. Her work bridges cutting-edge research and real-world product innovation, focusing on building creative and intelligent AI systems. So could you please put your hands together for Dr. Li?
Just need to talk into the microphone just a bit. It's a little bit soft. But...
Well, thank you, Jason. Thank you, Nick and Jamie. It's really difficult to come after their presentation because they've been talking really cool and just very, very, very insightful. So I think I'm just gonna share a little bit about my own lessons from building AI systems and also my own journeys. Currently, I'm working as a senior research scientist at Canva. Previously, I was working at Leonardo.ai, which we do all those image generation stuff, from AI, all the stuff. And then we get acquired by Canva, so that's why we've been all moved into Canva and then work in Canva core research team altogether. So as for myself, I was actually started as a full stack engineer a long time ago, and I think back at the time we were using React JavaScript, no JavaScript. It was the time when JavaScript just coming up, and then we're trying to use all those stuff for the lightweight website development. And then I just realized I'm really interested in AI and interested in AI research. By that time, deep learning has just arisen. So it's about 2012, 2014. And then I moved to pursue a PhD in AI. And then that's why I met all those deep learning and computer vision and the multimodal AI stuff. So I transferred from a software engineer to machine learning engineer, and then ends up to be a research scientist. I have also been working for some of startups and tried to have my own startups too, but failed to do that. And then come back to a large tech companies, and so here I am. I would just wanted to talk share a little bit about my own understanding of the evolution of evolution of the modern AI. From 2012 to 2018, that was the age when deep learning just appears, and that's where we have all those AlexNet, we have all those what we call as ImageNet data site, where the Fei Li from Stanford University, they have proposed a large data site where people could train their models on. And then people playing with deep learning technology at the time, and that's where we see all those face recognitions, object detection, object segmentation, all those small tasks appearing out. But then from 2018 to 2022, everyone knows the transformers is attention is all you need, and then everyone knows about transformer. And then that's where transformers coming up, and then people try to get their models larger and larger, bigger and bigger, trained on more and more data, and just try to grab all the data from the whole world. That's where the GPT comes up. And then by, I think, about Christmas of 2022, everyone sees GPT coming up. And then all the years after that, we call that as generative AI years. And that from that time, we have all those fancy stuff, and then everyone is talking about an AI. When you walk in walking to a coffee shop, everyone is talking about AI, just like everyone is talking about the internet many years ago. And that's where the Copilot systems and the generative tools were coming up, and that's where all those stuff are shaping how we work. And here is where we are at this time. So from my own perspective, I'm saying for the next couple of years where the AI is heading, I think basically it's three types, three directions. One is what we call as united models. So speaking of united models, I think it is coming from the definition of the deep learning era, where we train all our single models on single task, and that is task-specific models. But then we just realized that why do we just mix all the multimodalities, all the input all together, and have some united models? That's where you have GPTs to answer your questions in text. That's where you have GPTs to take your image as input, take your video as input, and then give you back all those modality stuffs. and that's where we wanted to have our like united models coming up. People itself, like ourselves, is united models. We don't only take text as input. We take everything that we say, everything we hear, everything we feel as input, and then we generate all the things that we can as output, right? And the other one is AI agent. Everyone is talking about AI agent, and we see a lot of people saying at least the next era, the next 10 years will be a golden age for the AI agent. Because AI agent is something that could reason, could plan, could use tools, could do actionable stuff. I'm not sure if everyone here ever heard about OpenClaw, but OpenClaw has been something super hot recently, and that is the first time where all the people were saying like AI agents could definitely do something, could act on your behalf, could read your emails, could just sort out all your daily schedules, and then do everything like for yourself. And then the other thing that has been just pushed on the hot topic is word models. So I think Leonardo.ai, they have been spending a lot of time working on this, as they believe they wanted to make the word has like structured representation, and then make the model to learn such representations, and then to have the model to be able to reason about future states and consequences. If we are able to do that, that would be definitely the next era, next level. That's not something the model just learning from the history. It's something the model will predict the future together with you, or even get you. And then what about AI at Canva? We do a lot of very fun things. We do a lot of like very cool things and creative things. One of the things we just rolling out is called Magic Layer. So what it does is like if you have an image, you'll be able to grab like reshape it into different layers. You'll be able to grab every object or set of your image, even if it has been like occluded. You'll be able to get the full picture of that, and you can even like probably rotate it. That is where you reshape and get the reconstruct the 3D shape from that image. And then we have magic design, we have magic media, we have AI workflows. It's all things. I think one thing that I love about Canva is no one knows what we really need in Canva, but we are trying everything we want. And by trying, we just find out that there are so many possibilities to play around with current AI tools and AI models. And just a fun fact, the whole slide is actually generated entirely by Canva AI. I know the format got a little bit messed up here, but the original one is actually pretty well sorted. And then from the perspective of building an AI systems, I think from like my such of years of the using AI and then building AI systems like experiences, I was mainly think is like it should be about like 5 steps. So first one is still data pipeline. Data is still very important. Data is still the power of to driving all those AI models. And then once you have your data pipeline, you clean them, you collect them, you have your very well structured data, you train your models on top of that. And then you have your models training, you have the parameters and do all those stuff and do the experiment tracking. The other one that has been popping up really like a lot recently is the evaluation and safety. It is all because of the new AI that we can't really evaluate how good an image is. There are like not a lot of objective metrics we can use. Like probably you think an image is beautiful, but the other one would choose the other one. So how would we get a good evaluation metrics at today's, and then also make the results AI has generated to follow the safety patterns? That is something that a lot of people are looking into. And then the fourth one is still like infrastructures, because if you wanted to put your models and all your things on the production, you still need to do scalable serving and monitoring CI/CD and all those optimization stuff. And then once you have done all the stuff, you need to work with your product team, work with your customers to make it integrate into your product and have it like into the final loop. And then modern AI systems, about the practice, there are a couple of things that we have been tried a lot. First one is kind of like the vision models. I myself really like this because I come from a background of computer vision. So I'm really keen into like how to do those like vision models as good as they can. And then multimodalities models is what I'm saying, like you just mix up all those different modalities of the input and then have the output. And the people also have AI-assisted workflows. We've been heard of the workflow like a lot of times, but what is workflows and how would AI be able to assist it is still underexplored, and every people have their own opinions. And then also AI agent in products. One good example is OpenClaw. We see a lot of people playing with OpenClaw, but we haven't seen OpenClaw really being used in some like real cases, especially when it's connected to the companies or the customers. Then what is the reason? I think because OpenClaw has a lot of like security issues, and it also needs a lot of like attentions be put into before you can really use that in production. So that's something people need to care about when you really want to use your AI agent in your production. And then as a developers, I was thinking, so like 10 years ago, if I wanted to give advice to the developers, I would just say probably try like lead code and then do as much as you could to just try coding. But today's I would say like you should probably try all those like 4 different things, just like what Nick has said, the different shapes of the person. So you should have your system thinking, and you should have your like all the like organized stuff. You have a good understanding of your problem, of the problem you wanted to solve. Either it's a problem coming from a big tech company, or it's a problem coming from your side hustles, or it's something that just you do it for like for fun. You should understand it as much as you could, and then design it properly. And then the other one is understanding data. Data is still very, very, very important. Even though GPT has been trained on huge like amount of the data, but you still be able to collect a good data, a clean data, and then filter it. And once you have those clean data, it will still be very, very important to have better models on top of GPTs. And then you have your AI models and the toolings. Try as much as you can to play around with current like new AI tools. I tried very hard to keep up to date with all the AI news and all the very fancy AI tools coming up every day, and you can learn a lot from them. And then the other one is to have product mindset. I was saying like as a developer, today's developer is not only coding for yourself. You need to understand what customers need, what product you wanted to design, because only by yourself you can do product like UI design, you could do like a back-end coding, and you can do deployment. You can do everything by yourself. Then just it would be definitely helpful if you understand every piece of the pipeline. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to share today. It's more like fundamental and some practical things that I have gained through my journeys, and I really hope it helps. Thank you.